So here we are, back over here at Godot Docs. We just finished up Learn to Code with GDScript, learning GDScript in the process through this little thing right here. It was great, in fact. I really liked it. And now we're on to overview of Godot's key concepts. So every game engine revolves around abstractions that we're going to use to build our applications. In Godot, a game is a tree of nodes that we group together into scenes. All right. We can then write these nodes so they can communicate using signals. Okay. So we're going to be seeing this word a lot, and this word and this word. And I think that's the point that this person is trying to make. By just saying it in a sentence, and tree too. These are four concepts that we're going to learn here. So, we're going to look at them briefly to give us a sense of how the engine works. In the Getting Started series, we're going to get to use them in practice. Anyway. So here we are with scenes, all right? So in Godot, we break down our game in reusable scenes. A scene can be a character, a weapon, a menu in the user interface, a single house, an entire level, or anything we can think of. Very, very broad term scene seems to be. All right. Godot's scenes are flexible. They fill the role of both prefabs and scenes in other game engines. I've never used another game engine, so I don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, we'll see. Anyway, so we've got this thing here, a little sample of the, I guess this is the UI of the thing, and it kind of looks like It kind of looks like OBS a little bit in the style and whatnot. I mean, look at the scenes right there and blah blah blah. I don't know. Maybe it's like maybe they use the same library for their buttons and stuff. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? Honestly, who cares? This is what it looks like. Here's the next part. All right. Is that a marshmallow? Is that a marshmallow night? Anyway, we can also nest scenes. For example, we can put our characters in a level and drag and drop a scene as a child of it. All right. This is a child of the level of the game scene. So there's the game scene, the level scene, and the player scene. Hook. Is he throwing a hook? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's keep going. Nodes. A scene is composed of one or more nodes. Nodes are a game's smallest building blocks that we arrange into trees. So here's an example of a character's node. Okay, so we've got player. I guess that's the scene, and it's also the node. Okay, we've got camera 2D, sprite 2D, and collision shape 2D. All right, so it's made of a character body 2D node named player. So this means character body 2D, maybe? Who knows? We'll see later. Also, we've got camera 2D, sprite 2D, and collision shape 2D. Okay, and all those icons. I guess they make pretty good sense. Anyway, so here's a note. The note names end with 2D because this is a 2D scene, okay? Their 3D counterparts have names that end with 3D. Be aware that spatial nodes are now called Node 3D, starting with Godot 4. Well, I've never even heard about this, so I guess later, if we see some old documentations that are called spatial nodes, they're talking about this, but we don't even know what this is yet. Anyway, so here we go. Notice how nodes and scenes look the same in the editor. Nodes and scenes. Aren't they the same thing? Isn't everything a scene and a node? Anyway, whatever. When we save a tree of nodes as a scene, okay, it then shows as a single node, okay? With this with its internal structure hidden in the editor. What? What? What are you talking about? Are you? Is it? This is hidden. I don't know what. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's talking about like how this stuff. If we press this arrow right there, it would all like zip up inside of this. I bet that's what he's talking about. It's got to be. It's got to be. All right, let's go back. Hidden in the editor. Okay. Godot provides an extensive library of base node types that we can combine and extend to build more powerful ones. Okay. 2D, 3D, or user interface. We will do most things with these nodes. Okay, so with these nodes. Node 2D. Ooh, okay, yeah, we'll figure all this stuff out. Hopefully we'll figure all this stuff out. All right, let's see. How long is this one? Oh, what? What? That doesn't look too promising, does it? Whatever, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Anyway, back. The scene tree. I don't want to be like trying to invest in this if this thing is going to not give us anything. But it's part of the thing, and it's part of learning this stuff. Okay, so the scene tree. All our game's scenes come together in the scene tree. Literally a tree of scenes. All right. And as scenes are trees of nodes, the scene tree also is a tree of nodes. True, I guess. But it's easier to think of our game in terms of scenes, as they can represent characters, weapons, doors, or our user interface. Okay. Are they just saying nodes and scenes are interchangeable terms? Is that all I'm seeing here? I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. We'll figure that. Look, we'll get through this stuff. We'll get through this stuff. Fine. Signals. Nodes emit signals when some event occurs. Okay. So I guess this is like the event listener. I don't know. This feature allows us to make nodes communicate without hardwiring them in code. Okay. It gives us a lot of flexibility in how we structure our scenes. Okay. Yeah, we'll figure all this stuff out. Signals are Godot's version of the observer pattern. We can read more about that here. Okay, I went to this when I was, what's the word? What do I do? Rehearsing this. And it's a long one. I don't even know if we want to read this. Can we find observer programming patterns? Observer programming pattern. Boom. Hold on. What's this say? Signals are Godot's version of the observer pattern. We can read more about that here. All right, let's see the Wikipedia. Hopefully it gives us it right here. In software design and engineering, the observer pattern is a software design pattern in which an object named the subject maintains a list of its dependents called observers and notifies them automatically of any state changes, usually by calling one of their methods, okay? It's often used for implementing distributed event handling systems. Okay, whatever. All right. I don't know what any of that means. We're going to have to see what that means later. I'm sure. And this looks like it's just packed with the same kind of verbiage. Anyway, we'll get into that later. We're very new at this. Very new at this. Okay. So whatever on these signals. All right. So for example, buttons emit a signal when pressed, okay? We can connect to this signal to run code in reaction to this event, like starting the game or opening menu. Okay, so when you click something, it's just the program that gets it moving from A to B, I guess. Whatever. No big deal. We'll get into that later. So other built-in signals can tell us when two objects collide. Okay. when a character or monster entered a given area, all right, and much more. We can also define new signals tailored to our game. Okay. So here's the summary right here. We've got nodes, scenes, the scene tree, and signals are 4 core concepts. No, nodes and scenes, that's not interchangeable. They're 2 different. We'll get there. All right. And signals are the 4 core concepts in Godot that we will manipulate all the time. Okay. Nodes are nodes are our game's smallest building blocks. We combine them to create scenes that we then combine and nest into a scene tree. We combine them to create scenes. So we combine nodes to make scenes to make the scene tree. Okay. And we can then use signals to make nodes react to events in other nodes or different scene tree branches. Okay. Signals to make them do stuff. All right. So after this short breakdown, we probably have many questions. So we're going to bear with them as we will get many answers throughout the Getting Started series. Okay. And there we go. And I did this stuff. Did we already go through this? It feels like we already did, but it didn't. Whatever. Anyway, I went through this stuff. It's not that good. I mean, I read these comments and I don't know what they're talking about, honestly. So we're just going to go on to the next one. So now we're on to first look at Godot's interface, and we'll see you next time.